Everyone tells you that you need more discipline. Wake up earlier, work harder, be consistent. They say your life looks the way it does because you're not trying hard enough. But that's not the real problem. You don't lack discipline, you lack control, and those are not the same thing. Discipline is about forcing yourself to act. Control is about deciding what deserves your energy. Discipline is effort. Control is direction. One exhausts you, the other frees you. Most people spend their entire lives trying to become more disciplined. They build routines, they download productivity apps, they optimize their mornings. They stack habits on top of habits, and yet their lives don't fundamentally change. Same income tier, same stress, same dependency, just better calendars. Here's what nobody explains. Discipline inside a system you don't control only makes you a more efficient participant. It does not make you powerful, it makes you optimized, and optimized workers don't gain freedom, they become assets. Modern life is built to confuse discipline with control. You're encouraged to track everything, your steps, your calories, your sleep, you measure performance, but you never question ownership. Who controls your time? Who benefits from your productivity? Who decides the direction of your effort? Those questions are never asked, because if you ask them, the entire structure becomes obvious. You wake up on alarms you didn't design. You go to jobs you didn't architect. You pursue goals you inherited. Then you blame yourself when the outcome feels empty. The world doesn't steal your freedom directly, it rents it back to you in pieces. 8 hours here, 2 days off there, a vacation once a year, enough to survive, not enough to escape. And so you adapt. You tell yourself this is normal. You say things like, that's just how life works. But that's not how life works, that's how systems work. Real control starts when you stop optimizing behavior and start auditing power. Who decides your schedule? Who owns the output of your effort? Who benefits when you improve? If the answer isn't you, then discipline is being used against you. Think about it. If discipline created freedom, the most disciplined people would be the most free. They're not. They're the most exhausted because discipline without control becomes self-exploitation. Here's something deeper. Your nervous system knows when you don't control your life, even if your mind pretends everything is fine. That's why so many people feel restless, why anxiety is everywhere, why burnout happens even in people who have it together. Your body senses dependency. It feels owned. You don't need more motivation. You need leverage over your time. You don't need better habits. You need ownership over your direction. The reason people feel stuck isn't because they're lazy. It's because their lives are externally organized. Their calendars belong to someone else. Their priorities are imported. Their attention is constantly hijacked. They exist in reaction mode, always responding, never designing. Every notification is a micro command. Every meeting is a claim on your future. Every obligation you didn't consciously choose subtracts from your autonomy, and it adds up. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you don't actively design your life, it will be designed for you. By employers, by algorithms, by institutions, by expectations, not maliciously, automatically. Control isn't taken from you. It's slowly outsourced, one convenience at a time. You trade autonomy for comfort, freedom for predictability, choice for safety, and by the time you realize what happened, your life feels full but constrained, busy but limited, productive but powerless. This is why people burn out even when they're doing well. Their nervous system knows they don't control their time. Their body feels leased, even if their bank account looks okay. Let me show you how deep this goes. Most people organize their lives around obligations, work, bills, expectations. They build everything around what they must do. Control-oriented people build around what they own. That's the difference. Employees optimize performance. Operators design systems. Participants follow schedules. Builders create them. Responsibility makes you reliable. Ownership makes you dangerous. The world rewards reliability publicly. It punishes independence quietly. This is why entrepreneurship feels lonely. Why building something from nothing feels unstable. because you're stepping outside scripted structures, no performance reviews, no guaranteed reward, just delayed feedback, which is exactly why most people retreat back to safety. But here's the paradox. The moment you begin building even one leverage system, your psychology changes. A small audience, a digital product, a channel, a skill with asymmetric upside, anything that isn't directly tied to hours. You stop thinking like a worker, you start thinking like an operator, you stop asking permission, you start designing outcomes. Slowly something powerful happens. Your nervous system relaxes because it senses optionality, not escape. Options. Freedom isn't about quitting your job, it's about knowing you could. Most people never feel that. They feel replaceable, interruptible, disposable. That's not a mindset problem, that's a control problem. You were taught to be disciplined. You were never taught to be sovereign. Sovereignty begins when you redirect effort away from maintenance and toward ownership, from consumption to creation, from participation to leverage, from surviving the week to designing the future. And this doesn't require a dramatic leap. It requires quiet consistency. One asset, one system, one channel, one distribution point, built slowly in parallel. That's how control is rebuilt, not loudly, not emotionally, structurally. The world doesn't reward sovereignty with applause. It rewards compliance with praise. Quiet builders win privately. And if this video hit something deep, that's because you already knew this. You just didn't have the words. You don't lack discipline, you lack control, and control can be rebuilt deliberately, quietly, system by system.